Hello, everyone. Welcome to this live stream, which supports the Everyone Games weekend. The team, um, which, if you didn't know, is raising awareness for tabletop and video game accessibility. And before we get into the live play that we're about to do, I'd just like to flag up that Everyone Games is fundraising for two charities. Everyone Can, a UK-based charity which assists people with disabilities by harnessing the power of assistive technology and provide free assessments to individuals with disabilities to match technology that is either designed or can be adapted to help them achieve everyday tasks. Brilliant. And Stack Up in the US, which supports active and veteran service members from the US and allied nations by promoting positive mental health and suicide prevention through gaming and geek culture. And if you are planning to donate to those two, there is a there is a button somewhere you can click, I'm sure, um, on the screen or in connection with this. I would imagine. So please do consider that. Um, we are going to be playing a kind of one-off futuristic adventure from a campaign that a couple of us have been playing for a little while now, and we we have a wonderful special guest with us. Um, can I ask players to just introduce yourselves briefly, and then we'll get into what the hell we're going to play and who you're going to play. But who are you in real life?
Well, my name is Taryn. Um, I am on Twitter at Landris Gembar, if you're curious. Um, I also have a SoundCloud that I put up some various music stuff on. That's Terrence Van E. Um, and let's see, yeah, I'm obviously a musician and game enthusiast. This is my second year streaming with Everyone Games, and um, that is pretty much me.
Super. And the lovely couple, the lovely couple.
Sounds good. I'm Quinn,
And I'm Alex.
and we're a couple of characters, ha ha ha, which is the name of our podcast. And we make characters for tabletop role-playing games and just talk about other topics related to that, like giving examples on how to make your character more interesting and fun to play, more engaging for you and your game master. And you can find us there at a couple of characters podcast.com and us on pretty much all the social medias at ACOC podcast.
Super. And I
Yeah.
should probably say that. Sorry, Alex, did you want to add
Oh, I was
something?
just gonna add that I am visually impaired, so this event is really cool and I'm excited about it.
Mm. Um, I should probably say that I'm Barney, and I'll be the GM for this game, which Taryn and Quinn, with a couple of other folks, we've been playing through for I don't know how long. We
Since
had a nice summer.
March.
At
Yeah.
least it seems like, yeah.
Um,
No, before March, actually,
could be.
because I think it has been since before March, actually.
And we're recording what our games, and we've also been playing other games. We've played um, uh, an adventure with Jacob Wood, who I'm sure many of you know. With
From
the
last night, I believe. In
Yeah.
fact, it was in fact, it was that setting anyway. I don't know
Ah,
if it was the
yes.
exact same adventure, but it was that setting that we played in.
So that's Survival of the Able, Jacob's Survival
Yeah.
of the Able game. So this little gang of folks that we've got together, we've been doing quite well playing regularly and playing some different things. One of which is uh, this setting that we're going to play today, and it's really nice to have Alex with us as a special guest with a new character for us. The 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 module is called Neo-Triassic Shoreline Regression Syndrome, and it's something that I'm working on, something that I'm writing, and it's nearly finished. It's a little bit behind schedule, but then things generally are. Um, so it's coming out soon, and it is still crowdfunding on Ko-fi. Um, um, so I could post up a link probably in the Braille Knight server or something. I have done in the past because it will be presented accessibly as well as uh, less accessibly, if you like, as a publication. Um, so Neo-Triassic Shoreline Regression Syndrome, what is that? We are in the future in 2261. Seas have risen up to 60 meters, and the intrepid crew, uh, who you'll meet in a minute, have traveled down from Greenland into the Thames Gulf. So London is now flooded. They've sailed into the Thames Gulf looking for uh, a previous mission, a scientific military mission, the crew of which have disappeared. They've lost contact, and so this team are heading in that same direction. And the the main the main action happens in the Thames Gulf in the London area, but the crew um, has has two leads, if you like, um, because the the missing crew were known to have a mission to go to the Ashmolean Museum in Oxford, which just doesn't quite get submerged under the water. So we'll be playing this adventure where the crew head up to Oxford and the Ashmolean Museum to try and see if they can find the missing crew or any trace of them, rather than staying in London, the London area, which is what we've been doing, um, and the bulk of the module is about. So, and what is Neo-Triassic Shoreline Regression Syndrome? Maybe you'll have to find out. You see, it's got
Yeah.
it's got something to do with a kind of neo-Triassic age. This is a future where, as I said, the sea levels have come up and vegetation has grown wild, and humanity has abandoned many of the places where it lives now and headed to the north and the south poles to stay a bit cooler because it's so damn hot. So um, that's why we have this kind of neo-Triassic age. Um, the shoreline is to do with being in these areas between water and land. And the regression syndrome is the weird stuff that happens to you if you're out in the heat by the water in the jungle
For too
of
long
London
and see
for too
strange enough
long.
stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So we're hopefully we're going to give you a good old flavour of that. Um, um, Taryn, let's start with you. Please, could you introduce your character?
Certainly. So I am playing Aiden McRae. They are a blind um comm specialist, I guess you would say. Um, and they, as a um as a blind person, they use a lot of um, sonic cues and kind of interpreting technology um,
Mm.
to make sense of the world, and also to, in some cases, influence it. So
Mhm.
um, that is basically son of a, or child of a military officer and a school teacher, um, and like myself, a bit of a musician on the side.
Mhm. Mhm. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. So, um, Quinn, can we go with you next? And Alex, we'll come to you last as this new special character, to my ears at least.
Sounds good. So I'm going to play Private Jane Hugo, mostly known as Hugo by everyone in her military circles. And she is a mechanic / junior pilot. And she has anxiety, a lot of anxiety about going on her first major mission. She's a very gifted mechanic and very confident in those abilities, but going out and talking to people makes her very anxious, and she doesn't feel like she necessarily belongs on this mission, even though she's capable and good at what she does.
Mhm.
And that's pretty much it. Oh, she likes to smack things with her pipe wrench.
Alex.
I will be playing Lieutenant Charles Snickerdoodle, and his friends call him Snicker. And he walks with a cane because of an injury that he received to his leg. And he is the military's like best sharpshooter. So he's an artillerist, and he's extremely good at shooting things from far away and extremely bad at fighting things when they're not far away.
Mm.
He's probably got the whole range 5 or melee 1.
Yep.
Which is the exact opposite of my character. She's a terrible shot.
Super, super. Yeah, so I suppose a few things perhaps to unpack there. Um, around around the time that Jacob was working on Survival of the Able, or putting that out, um, I was playtesting this game with another group, and they said, "Why don't you let characters have a super power? A kind of like in the future, people can have um, be modified. They can have some kind of super modification." And I thought about this, and I think Jacob's project was there, and in there, and I thought, actually no, it would be the opposite. Instead of asking people to think of some amazing thing that they have, everyone has some kind of condition or disability, which mechanically doesn't make any great difference. It just adds to what the character does and how they are. So as you've heard from everyone there, these characters have all got a did you, Taryn? You said yours is, yeah. You said that that Aiden is non-sighted, didn't you?
Correct. Aiden's blind,
Yeah, yeah,
just like in the main series.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And yeah, so this adds something to the character. I'd also say it's my own system that we've been using, although Neo-Triassic Shoreline Regression Syndrome will be system neutral. It is system neutral, but um, we've been having a lot of fun using this system, I think. So, and hopefully you'll pick up how that runs um,
If you
as
watched
we go.
us play League of Eternal Guardians last
Mm,
year, you may recognize kind of some of the mechanics of how the stats are laid out, um,
absolutely, yeah,
and such. Different
yeah.
setting, different circumstances, but some of the mechanics are the pinnings are the same.
Yes, thank you, Taryn. And Alex, does I got a message from you guys saying, can you have robotic eyes?
Oh, that we decided against that.
Okay,
That was just
okay,
initially I was gonna make him blind, but give him some sort of robot eye so that he could, you know, do something with some sort of sight. But it sounds like that's kind of what Aiden does with
yeah,
their sonar. So
yeah, great. But you're just an amazing sharpshooter.
yeah,
Fantastic,
yeah. Maybe he does
fantastic.
have robot eyes, but no one knows about it, and that's why he's so good at
Ooh,
sharpshooting. Who knows?
because you
Off
never take your shades off.
exactly. Yeah, he's too cool.
Excellent. Okay. Well, let's start. Unless there's anything anyone else would like to say. Um, Here we go. Um, so you've travelled down from Greenland, from Camp Turnstone, and you've sailed into the Thames Gulf, and you thought you had found the the Demeter, this missing ship, but actually you found this old kelp trawler and got into a bit of trouble um, there. And I should say the name of your ship. Your ship is the Beringia. Um, so you you thought you tracked them down, but actually someone had removed their tracking device and hidden it away as some kind of um, booty in in this old kelp trawler. So
Quick
you're in the Gulf.
question.
Yeah, yeah,
In our main adventure on that kelp trawler, we found the pet lizard.
yes.
Do we still find him? We still
Terry
have
the
Terry.
Tuatara.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
He's not actually
Very
he's
im-
not actually a lizard. He's not actually a lizard. He is a reptile. Um, but if you want Terry, you can have Terry.
I would
Yay!
like Terry, please.
Yeah. So that every cloud has a silver lining. You survived that little exploration and figuring stuff out on that little kelp trawler, and you also got a sweet little tuatara
Aw.
reptile thing. Yeah, Terry the tuatara. Good. So we've got Terry. This is fantastic. And you sailed on further into the Thames Gulf, which would take you, if you like, into what was um, the centre of London. And so there are these buildings, the tops of the tall buildings rising up out of the water, um, completely overgrown, completely dilapidated. And you knew that the crew of the Demeter would be going to the Ashmolean, and so you've decided to go up there to see what you can find. So that means navigating through all of what's left poking out of the water of London, um, sailing beyond that, and sailing right upriver um, to the remains of Oxford. But what I'd like to do is I'd like you to please roll resistance with disadvantage for me, just to see how much of an impact this journey's had on you. The heat, the air.
My luck hasn't changed. I got a 6.
Oh,
I failed.
that's good. But you didn't get a 6. You didn't get a
No,
critical
no,
failure
it was a 4.
like Hugo. Okay, good.
Oh, I forgot.
What
Always
did you
use the
forget?
balance. Always used my balance. Never used it.
There we go. So these are little things that you can do with the system. Um, Taryn, what's your result?
I got a 3 on a 4.
Okay, so you're
So
you're you're
yeah,
doing all
I'm
right.
good.
So what they've just done is essential is role to see if they are regressing, if this neo-Triassic shoreline regression syndrome is starting to get to them. They've sailed away from the cooler home environment. They're out in the heat, on the water, the sunlight, the smells of all of this vegetation, the sounds of these wild animals that perhaps used to be pets. I don't know. All of this cacophony of stuff is all whirling around, and so Aidan has done fine. Aidan, how do you keep yourself together? Can you hear me, Aidan?
Yes, I can hear you. I had
How
muted
do you?
myself by accident.
Oh, okay.
Um, Basically, I do a lot of through a lot of meditation. Also a lot of I just kind of try to find the like coolest spots in the ship. You know, the
Mm,
spots that are the most shaded because there's a few spaces that aren't quite as as
mhm,
hot as others.
mhm,
When I'm not actually on duty, I also
mhm,
use brainwave entrainment. Um, I have some sounds that I play kind of underneath whatever else is
mhm.
going on around me. That are to kind of help keep my thoughts and mind in focus and in the space that it needs to be at any given time.
Brilliant, brilliant. Now, Hugo and Snicker, you both failed.
Mm-hmm.
And what this means is that they're slipping down the regression scale. So both of you become much more lethargic. And that's going to mean that any time you need to do a speed check, you've got disadvantage. Um, Now, Snicker, you've only had a bit of a rough time. What do you think would be kind of twisting your mind a little bit?
I think Snicker, he also wandered around the ship trying to find those cool spots when he was off, but Aiden somehow had always beat him to it. So then
Yeah,
he just kept wandering on and got a little tired from the exertion of wandering around the ship so much. So it actually
yeah.
was a bad thing. He should have just stayed put and maybe been a little cooler.
The
It's sort of
irony
like,
is
yeah.
the irony there is that Aiden would have gladly shared those spaces.
But
Had
Snicker
Snicker
didn't even ask.
Snicker's too
if
proud.
Snicker had asked, Aiden would totally have shared the spaces and actually like shown him all the best spots.
But sometimes you don't know that you would be great friends with someone, do you? It just doesn't happen.
Yeah,
Um,
it's our first mission
Hugo,
together, it's a little we haven't
yeah,
really befriended one another yet.
I mean, it's like personal sunshade space.
Mhm.
It's a sensitive thing, isn't it? And Hugo, you kind of you've suffered the most because this is costing you a balance point, and your and you've got that lethargic feeling.
Yeah, so as I said, she's been very anxious, and I think that she's getting into a spot where she's been ruminating a lot and been in those, like, stuck in these thoughts that, like, I shouldn't be here, like, I don't deserve to be here, I'm not good enough, and
Hmm.
she just hasn't been in a great place, and it's exacerbated those issues of being in an unfamiliar territory that I think
Hmm.
it's
Hmm.
affecting her more than the others.
Hmm. Hmm. And just for anyone watching, what the game offers is, for the module, for the adventure, is this little series of 6 stages of regression. And so we've just seen that that Aidan has kept his cool, kept their cool. I'm terribly sorry, Aidan. Kept their cool, and that that Hugo and Snicker have just slipped a little bit, just a little bit.
Barney, you also
Okay.
mentioned balance points. Do you want to explain those real quick?
Oh, I could do, couldn't I?
That's a good point. Yeah,
So
because they're not common.
so balance you could think of as the kind of um, partner of hit points. There aren't only hit points; there are also balance points. And when you create a character, you split you split certain number of those between a certain total between those two numbers. And what balance is
It's kind of like mental hit points, so to speak. I think.
indeed, but you can also spend them to get advantage or cancel disadvantage on something. So you can spend them, um, and they can sometimes go up, but they usually go down. And when they hit 0, then you start to um, get into trouble as well. So I
Yeah.
hope that kind of explains it. Um, so you've headed through, and you're making your way towards Oxford, and Oxford has about half of Oxford has kind of survived. It's right on the edge of this of the Gulf, if you like, really, but it would almost be more like a river area, perhaps. Um, but a good portion of Oxford has been submerged. Um, and the museum, the Ashmolean, which goes back to something like 1680 something originally, was one of the first public museums in Britain. It's like a mini British museum, I suppose you could say. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. I don't know if people like that kind of thing. Um, and what has happened in this future is that certain places have been identified as being um, good storage sites for important objects. And that's what the teams are involved in, because the vegetation is starting to die back a little bit. It's starting to recede. And so people left, certain places were kept as storage areas, and the museums that are in this game, the Ashmolean being the one today, they were kind of turned into high security archives, if you like. And so our team here, you've got the keys and the codes to get into the Ashmolean archive. You've got everything you need to do that. And as you sail up towards the remains of Oxford, all covered in this wild, massive vegetation, there is there's you can see smoke, you can smell smoke coming from the remains of the city. It's over
Does
to
it
you.
look like a fire, or are we too far away to tell at this point?
I would say it seems more like some mouldering than a raging fire.
Is it coming from the direction of where the Ashmolean is supposed to be?
So indeed, if you queue up, your your maps with your position, it does indeed seem to be from coming from that area. Yeah.
Do
Hmm.
do you think we need to do some recon and maybe take the helicopter over and check it out?
Yeah, I think so.
That'd probably be a good way to do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And would you all like to accompany Hugo in the helicopter?
Sure. Because I'm
Yeah.
gonna be looking at what also are there any signals? Am I picking up any signals? Coming through or going on.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, and I can
Smoke
I'll
doesn't
keep an
usually
eye
come
out for us.
from just nature, so yeah.
Snicker?
Yeah, I will keep an eye out for us from the helicopter.
Because you never know when you might need a long range sharpshooter.
Exactly. Got to
Super.
keep
Um,
these people safe.
Hugo, give us your helicopter handling. Have we done this as handiwork before?
It was handiwork,
Yeah.
which I have
Just
advantage on.
wonderful. Just to see how elegantly you
Got a
do it.
2 out of 5.
Ooh, nice.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, let's say that you take off smoothly. Everything is very smoothly handled, and you fly up, and you do indeed see smoke coming from the Ashmolean Museum, and it looks like it's pretty badly damaged.
Ooh.
Not not completely, but let's say, it's the original building, or the old is an old, neoclassical kind of thing with pillars at the front, and then there's an extension off to the side which is more modern, and it's both parts. Let's say both parts. The connecting bridges between the old and the new part. Some of them have been blown out, and good load of the old building has been knocked away, and it's all
Can we
smoking.
tell what might have caused that kind of damage or that amount of damage? Or do we know, like, from our experience, what might have done that?
Good question. Good question. I'm going to say that there are kind of two possibilities. One possibility is someone's just bombed it or shelled it or whatever, but you also know with your keys and your codes that these archives are highly secure, and they're kind of, if you like, tamper resistant. So what it could well be is that someone or something or whatever has been trying to get into the archive, and it's detonated um, the defense explosives.
Oh no. So the damage is recent from what's been going on, apparently.
That would be a reasonable
Could we
conclusion.
tell how long it's been, like, burning based on, like, how much like, how the damage has progressed, or can we not really tell?
My feeling would be that that's a good thing to check out if you're right up close, and you could analyze some of the
Yeah.
the
Is there a safe
damage.
place to land? Or do I
Sure.
just need to, like, kinda lower him down and hover?
um, let's say um, there's a little yeah, there's some kind of well, we've got so much vegetation, haven't we? We've got vegetation
Yeah.
everywhere. So I'm going to say that there's another building quite nearby, which has got a lovely flat, surprisingly clear roof um, that you could land on. Or there's not so perfect is the roof of the new part of the Ashmolean. So you would be up on the top of the extension. So
What
you'd
do
be
you think,
nearer, but
guys?
it wouldn't be quite as ideal.
I think landing on a building that was recently bombed is not necessarily the best idea.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I didn't even think about that. I was just trying to get close.
Yeah. I'm thinking the helicopter should probably stay away from where the explosives have been going off.
Another good point.
So I'm so glad I have you guys here.
So you're going to head to the clear top.
Yeah.
Good, good. Okay.
I think I would say go to the clear top, drop us off. Oh, I don't know, because then Hugo. I'm not sure I like the idea of. I mean, does it look like there's active explosions going on now? Or.
No.
Okay. So we should be able to. Yeah, let's do the roof that looks like it's clear and
Hmm.
probably safer.
Okay. So I say that you land, and you there's there's something there's some kind of substance, old substance on the roof that for some reason doesn't encourage plants to grow, which is why it's
Interesting.
so free of anything.
Okay.
Snicker will poke it with his cane, see if anything bad happens.
It's nothing really bad happens. Maybe when you land, when the helicopter lands a little bit, some kind of dust. It kind of it's a bit dusty somehow, and some of the dust is blown away. And when you scratch it with your cane, you realise that's the dust. Um, maybe I mean I'm not a scientist, but maybe it's like asbestos, or it's some
Mhm.
kind of thing that somebody at some point thought was a good idea to use, and now it's decaying in the heat and everything, and that's just not been appealing to the plants. So you need to be careful, but it's okay.
Snicker will relay that to the team, and then he will get out of the chopper, and
Hmm.
you know,
Hmm.
I guess let's secure the perimeter. I
All
was
right.
Yeah.
here. I was here. The captain say that.
I'll
So go on, go on, go on.
I'll like park the chopper, put on like whatever.
Put the parking brake
Yeah,
on.
put the parking brake
Yeah,
on.
that's how helicopters work.
Do
There's
something
probably
to
some equivalent that's
yeah.
just all
Yeah.
technical, but since we are not helicopter experts, so yeah.
Yeah.
Just have to
Try
chuck
to make
you just
it so
have to
that
chuck
no
a
one
few
can steal it.
sandbags out of the helicopter. That's all
Yeah,
you need to
there
Yeah.
you
do, and
go.
then it'll
Yeah,
hold it
yeah.
down, you know.
We dropped the anchor
Yeah.
Yeah.
like all helicopters have.
Okay. Yeah, good. That's good.
I'll grab a wrench.
Yes.
You never know.
So if you want to secure the perimeter, I guess this means you want to have a look around. You want to see if you
Yeah.
see anyone or anything.
Hmm.
Um, so with your stick, um, and your your limited mobility or whatever we
Hmm.
would want to call it, how does that kind of look as you go about securing the perimeter?
So he's holding the cane in his right hand because his left leg was damaged. So he uses it, like
Mhm.
when you picture like an old person that walks with a cane. So he like, puts it forward, takes a step, and it's pretty regular movement, just a little slower. And
Uh-huh.
he is lethargic right now, so he's even maybe a little bit slower than normal. But
Yep.
he just kind of walks around walks to the edge of the building, and then we'll do a circle around the top.
Have you got a weapon with you?
I think he's got a sniper rifle of some sort, or whatever the equivalent is in this
Mhm.
world. Maybe a sonic gun.
If this is a good moment to say we've been having loads of fun with having lots of sonic weaponry and sonic technology, like Taryn told us about with Aiden's character, and that's been great for just kind of mapping and figuring out
Yeah,
locations.
that's Aiden's been watching the quote unquote the grounds as well for
Hmm.
you know for what might be going on.
Sure. So you're doing a kind of data visualization analysis thing.
Yeah, basically.
Super. So, um, Snicker, please can you roll senses for me? And Aiden, I think we were using intellect or handiwork, weren't we, for your techie?
I believe so. I was using more intellect, in
Hmm.
fact, than
Hmm.
handiwork because, as I recall, I'm gonna double check it here.
You're a smarty pants.
Something like that.
Or
Yeah.
he's got, or Aiden's got 10 thumbs or something like that.
I don't know about that, but yeah. I do have a 5 intellect, so yeah. Um, and I do not have any disadvantages in that. Arg! Seriously? I got a 6.
Amazing,
Oh,
amazing.
all that room to get it right, and it gave me a 6.
Mm.
Every you traitor.
Snicker got a 4 out of 3, so I failed as well.
Okay,
Oh, we're
so
just batting 1,000 here, ain't we?
Yep.
so it seems all clear, and Aiden, you something that being a critical failure, something should happen, shouldn't it?
I feel like, yeah.
Probably.
Um, I maybe there's some. Okay, the how about this? The all of the map data that you've got just cuts out. So you've got the local immediate data, but it's got none of the underlying structure, if you like.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Well,
you
that
you
backfired.
yeah. Okay. Well, so
Dang it,
it
my
seems
map
fine.
died.
Oh no. Maybe I can try and fix it for you. Maybe there's something wrong with the
Uh,
hardware.
Maybe the data's just all gone. All I've got is just local live stuff.
Can I take a look at it and try to
The I'd say that the key thing is you're out in the sun. So I think what you need to do is in get under cover.
Okay.
But you're very welcome to have a look at it when you're out of the heat. Otherwise, weird things will happen to you.
All right. Is there like a good tree we can go under or an area of a building that is like tall enough to block the sun?
Yeah, we can see if there's a roof access and try to go down to street level.
There is roof. There is an entrance, roof access entrance that would take you into the building. I'm sure you've got ropes as well, haven't you? You've got you could climb down if you wanted,
Oh yeah, for sure.
whatever you like.
Which one do you prefer?
I'm gonna defer to you, Lieutenant.
All right, let me just check the door and see how stable everything looks, and then we'll decide from there. So he will go to the roof access, feeling secure because he saw nothing on his little perimeter
Mhm,
check. Um,
mhm.
so try that handle and see if the door opens.
You turn the handle just snaps off, and the door basically just falls towards you, and you know you'd have
Speed
to
check,
move
speed
away.
check.
Should we give him a speed check?
Yeah.
It all happened so quickly. Um, go for it. Speed with disadvantage.
Alright, I'm gonna use a balance point because I'm bad at
Yes,
speed. And
very
so
good.
that's a straight roll because I had
Yes,
disadvantage. Alright.
yes.
Oh, got a 2. That matches my number.
Brilliant. So you step out of the way, the door just falls over, and yeah, it's just rusted to hell, really. Um, the the stairwell beyond looks all right. It looks kind of concrete stairs mainly. Um, from where you are, it seems like you can make it all right.
I think it looks fine here. Let's just take these stairs.
Okay. So are we gonna wait a minute or so on the stairs while I take a look at Aiden's equipment, or are we gonna try
Oh
to
yeah,
go
we can
down?
do that.
Okay.
Here, I'll
Mhm.
go down to the next landing and then pause.
And
Okay.
secure the periphery again.
Right.
Yes,
The
good.
perimeter,
So
yeah.
he's just
The
walking down
perimeter,
the
the
stairs.
periphery, the
He's not really
perimeter.
secure.
All right. So should I roll handiwork again?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
All right. I got a 1.
Oh my
Nice.
goodness. Well, it's it. This is better than factory settings, Aiden.
Oh,
You,
perfect.
yeah.
I should
My
have just
goodness.
had you like tune this thing like check this thing out before we left.
Sorry, I didn't even think of doing it.
It's
I should have
okay.
though.
I should have. But mistakes
Yeah,
happen.
I guess there wasn't that opportunity to really get to know each other. First mission out together. You're always sitting in the shadow, the shaded area, and it's you know, excellent, brilliant. Well, now you know. Now you know. Okay, as this fires up, as your system reboots, and the map comes back. Um, you pick up on the next floor down. two moving creatures.
Like, can Aiden tell what they are based on like their shape?
Give us
That
give
is a
us
good question.
give us an intellect roll again, and don't roll a 6.
I know, right? I don't have any dice on me, so I guess I get to pray Avery gets it right this time. All right. Avery has an attitude sometimes, but this time it made up for it and gave me a 2. So,
Okay,
yay! I
excellent.
actually got it this time.
They appear to be canine forms.
Looks like dogs,
Huh.
some sort. Canines.
How'd they get in?
Who knows? Somebody brought them
Probably.
in, or they came in of just through a hole or something.
Do
Yeah.
we know of like any use of like a guard dog or anything? Or
That is a good question.
Yeah, there people still have dogs. Yeah, you you know that the area also has wild dogs again, or these kind of previous, the descendants of pets which have been abandoned and now have.
Sought the safety of whatever space they can find. Yeah.
Yeah,
but we don't know if like the people who like were trying to secure the archives are actively using like animals as
Oh,
an
yeah.
added layer.
no,
No.
you've got no idea about anything.
Okay.
Ah, you mean whether they left them there as kind of permanent guard
Yeah.
creatures? This is too long ago. This is too long ago
Okay.
for
Okay.
only the wildest conspiracy theorists believe that the dogs were deliberately left at these archive sites.
Okay. It's pretty weird that there's dogs here, I feel
I mean, they're
like.
probably just wild animals that walked in through some decaying wall. Do we
Okay.
have any sort of food or snacks for them we could distract them with and then
Oh,
I'll
sneak
pull
past?
out like a like protein bar. I'm like, this is all I have.
We can try
I
it.
reckon I reckon someone might have a bit of
Or like some
jerky.
jerky. I was just about to
Yeah,
say. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Here. Let's
I
try
didn't bring
this
any
instead.
jerky.
Let's try this instead. It's probably more appealing. I mean, protein bars. Um,
I mean, the dog probably could eat it, but doesn't want to.
Possibly. It would depend on what was in it.
Yeah.
If it didn't have chocolate or raisins, it might be okay. But um, yeah,
She starts reading the wrapper. Oh no, it has both.
yeah. Let's use this jerky.
So so you'd like to kind of keep going down. We've got Snicker out in front, and you want to try and placate the dogs or whatever, or become friends with
Right,
them, or
with
Yeah.
the
yeah.
with the jerky.
Okay, okay. So you come further down the stairwell. There's a this opens out onto a floor. This was obviously you know a, a building with flats. Um,
Right.
and Snicker, I guess, as your first. You see these down this relatively dark corridor, you see these two pretty skinny and wild looking dogs um, moving moving down the corridor towards you.
All right, Aiden, I think you're up.
I'm going to.
Give him the jerky.
Yep, I'm gonna offer him the jerky. I'm also using some of my sonic equipment to kind of put out a pulse that's kind of a mellowing
Ooh, yeah,
pulse,
awesome.
a mellowing thing. Maybe not quite as elaborate as the through a dog's ear, which by the way is pretty good stuff. But anyway, it's kind of where I got the idea for this. There actually is music that is tuned to be appealing to dogs,
Hmm.
Oh,
and
cool.
calming for dogs, which is just as good for humans too. Um,
That's such a great idea. I'll give you advantage on an influence roll.
all right, because influence is okay. All right, let's see. Avery. Got a 3 on a 3.
Nice.
Okay. So the the dogs come up to you, and yeah, did you are you holding the jerky? Did you put it down? Are you backing off? Are you how?
Um, I think it depends on. I think I'm going to kind of put it down.
Hmm.
Um, because I don't necessarily want to have them like following us
Hmm.
and possibly causing problems later.
Hmm.
If they are affiliated with anybody, I don't want
Hmm.
to jar that. So, yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna put it down.
Okay. Um. Well, let's let's say that they're distracted. You know, they're distracted enough by this, and the three of you are able to proceed further on, down the stairs, and
Beautiful.
eventually you come to the entrance of you come to street level, and you get to the entrance of the building, and the the doors down there used to be glass, perhaps they're just you know ruined, open, um, and you've
The
got all
heat has
this
probably destroyed the glass, and
yep,
Mm-hmm.
and all
yeah.
kinds of
How
things
hot would
that's
it have to be? Glasses are really high at
Well,
melting
that's true.
temperature.
Yeah, you're right. Or it's destroyed
It's
something that
500 degrees in here.
something. Oh yeah, something screwed it up.
well, maybe the vines that are growing. Um,
Screwed
it
up
could
the
have
Mm.
hinges, and yeah.
a
Yeah.
Maybe
tree
one
that's
of the
decided to grow up right
an
there near
explosion
the.
across the street, maybe.
Mm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Maybe, yeah.
yeah. That's true. That's true. So you're down on street level, and you can pretty much make out what used to have been the street, um, but it's under all of this vegetation, and you know that not far away. I don't know, um, you know, what would it be? 50 yards, maybe something like that. Um, away is the museum, and you can see exactly like you say, Snicker. You can see some of the effects of the explosion having burnt some of the vegetation, um, s- some of the the brickwork of the museum or other buildings, and so on, having made a bit of a mess.
Is there a clear path from where we are to the entrance?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much. Yeah.
So, do we just go in?
I was gonna suggest we watch for a little bit and see if we notice anyone
Oh, good call. Good
timbering
call.
around.
Okay. Okay. Um, well, you can all give me a senses roll if you like.
I failed.
What are you? What's distracting you, Hugo?
Um, I think she's thinking about those dogs and wondering if there are any more about.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
I got
Yeah,
a 6.
amazing. The sharpest shooter in the world.
Yep.
Uh, brilliant,
Hey,
brilliant.
we haven't actually tried. I never said I was good at spotting things to shoot. I'm
But
good when
once
but,
someone
once
but
he
points it out
notices
to me.
them, better watch out.
once it's in the sights, everything's fine. Amazing, amazing. Aidan, what have you got? Have you muted
Aiden,
yourself
mute
again?
yourself
Muted.
again.
I thought I unmuted myself. What the
Okay,
heck?
there you go.
Stupid machine. Um, I had a 4 out of 5.
Okay, so
And
you
I don't know if
noticed.
we've
Yeah.
talked at all about what that basically means, but um, our goal is to roll under our stat number. So
Or
my or
equal or
equal,
under is all good.
equal
Yeah.
or under, yeah. So my senses are 5, and that's my stat, and I rolled a 4. So for
Yeah, and
anyone curious about the mechanics of that.
all the numbers add up to 6. So a 6 always fails because you have to have at most 5 and at least 1.
In any stat, yeah,
So
because
Yeah.
the pairs of abilities add up to 6
Yep.
each.
Yep.
so so a 1 is a critical success and a 6 is a critical failure. And what's quite nice about just using ordinary dice is that the crits come up quite often. So they're not such a rarity. They're quite a
Yeah.
regular occurrence, which is good fun, I think. Yes.
Oh yeah, it can make
Okay,
you go down that regression scale real quick.
real quick.
Yes.
So I think maybe Snicker was looking through the sites and like he accidentally looked at a mirror that was somehow reflecting up towards the sun, so it just kind of blinded him. He just looked into the sun for a little bit. It was like, oh gosh,
Oh.
he was just rubbing his
Well,
eye.
yeah,
Oh no.
that is rough. So I'm going to say, Snicker, can you roll resistance with disadvantage for me,
Oh
please? Because this
gosh.
is a, you know,
You know, I'm way better at luck than I am resistance. This is not going to go well. Okay, that's for sure a fail. Yep. I got a
okay.
5.
So you've just slipped down the regression scale again. This blinding
Oh
moment
man.
of light means that you've moved on to stage 2, which means sensory problems and headaches. And this now means that you get disadvantage on your senses rolls.
Oh my.
Those
So it's
I think you
only
burned
worse
that
from
robot
here.
a little bit doing that. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Burn them
Made
robot
the
eyes of
rubber
yours.
eyes malfunction. I had to put my shades up to look through the site. That was the problem.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You thought no one was looking, so it was okay.
Yep.
My goodness. Okay, but Aidan, you've picked something up. Um, you uh, you know your visualization gear shows you that there seem to be quite a lot of these canines around. You don't know exactly if they are um, if they're all the same type of dog or what,
Oh
but there
damn.
seem to be little, you
I
know.
don't think I have enough jerky for all those canines. Yeah. Um,
Can you make a sound to, like, I don't
yeah,
know,
I'm just gonna
distract him or something?
that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go for the 22nd century version of Through a Dog's Ear. Um, and uh put that through.
I mean,
I don't know.
they're not they're not immediately a threat, but you know
Yeah, I'm just gonna
they're
keep the calming sound
yeah,
going so that
yeah.
the threat doesn't, so I can basically keep them chill. Like I don't have enough
Hmm.
jerky for all y'all, but yeah,
Hmm.
so I can keep you mellow.
Maybe you should
Maybe you can just
hide the
waft the smell
jerky?
around a little bit, and
You
that
don't
would
want him
be
to try and fight over it.
True.
no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
and we need some for if we want to take the stairs back up to the helicopter
mine.
later.
Yeah, I mean,
Good
except for
point.
what I
Good point.
actually gave that one group of dogs, the rest is tucked away. Um, I would say that the my ration kit is sealed.
Okay, good,
Um,
good.
it
Hmm.
just out of natural, it would make sense if you're going into unknown environments. You don't want unknown
Hmm.
issues tampering with what might be your rations if you get stuck there for longer than you can.
Surely every piece of military issue jerky is vacuum packed, or in
Hmm.
some way, or so you know you to peel them off and open them up so they're stenchless.
That's possible. I was picturing like a sealed
Like a
larger,
like a tiffin.
maybe like a something that I kept whatever rations I had in that would be sealed from being
You
tampered with.
you also pick up um you also pick up larger forms in the museum, and also some really like tiny little things that come up on the sensors. They could be mm,
The heck are
rats
those?
or guinea pigs or
Okay, can I zoom in on, like, take one and kind of zoom in on it?
okay, okay. Um, you now you know now that you've got to know Terry, you you're pretty sure that these are tuataras also in the museum.
Oh wow. Hey guys,
Oh, maybe
I
they're
think we
friends.
found Terry's cousins, y'all. Um,
I don't recall. Was Terry friendly when we met them?
Yeah, he crawled right up to us. And
Okay.
oh
and
yeah.
I asked him if he wanted to come with, and he
Oh,
said
excellent.
yes.
That sounds good.
Or it seemed like he said yes because he came up to me and let me pick
Yeah.
him up.
They're super sweet. They're super sweet.
Um, I had never heard of a Tuatara until this, but yeah. Um, so yeah, and then I'm gonna try to get a good sense of what the larger creatures are,
Mhm.
that I'm seeing as well.
Okay, those seem to be humans.
We found
We got
people?
company down here. Yep.
Oh, um,
Oh,
I hope they're who we're looking for and not somebody else.
me
Yeah.
too.
Are they hostile? We guys.
That's a good
We
question.
have to find out.
Hmm.
I I don't want to start that conversation.
Which
Well, I think
conversation of whether they're hostile or not?
Oh, I don't want to talk to them. I mean, could you guys do it?
Oh,
Maybe.
I mean, I
of
think if they
course.
start attacking us, that well, no, they're hostile. That was
That's
kind of my.
oh, that's true.
So if they start attacking you, Hugo, you
Yeah.
go ahead and wrench them. Don't think twice.
Yeah, and
Okay.
if
I can do that.
if they're not, do they match up with the with what we have as far as images of the people we're looking for?
I'm going to say that you don't quite have enough detail on
Okay.
that yet. But
Can we
you can.
see them?
No,
No.
no.
Okay. Not yet.
You know, the museum is down the street, and
Mhm.
Aidan is able to
Mhm.
pick them up on the visualization.
Okay, so we're
We should
not at
go-
the museum yet, but
Yeah, we
I'm
should
No,
start
seeing them
walking
no.
in the
that way.
museum. Okay, yeah, that's what
Okay.
I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start walking towards the museum. Um,
Do we need to try and be like sneaky?
Sure.
we,
I wasn't sure what you wanted to do, guys.
I don't know, like I feel like not actively. My thought would be unless they start, seeming to be hostile, to just kind of walk naturally, you know,
Okay.
um, act natural,
Yeah.
um.
Mhm.
If one or both of y'all want to be more stealthy about it, that's you can that's your call.
I
But
think I'm overthinking this, but I don't know how to act natural right now. And
Just walk down the street.
okay, just walk, just walk.
But you
yeah,
can, you can walk down the street and be, cautious. You don't
Yeah,
have to be in
yeah,
stealth mode.
I
exactly.
Um,
think
That's what I'm
I
saying.
think
Walk
that's
with
what we'll do.
caution, but
you've got the subliminal mellow sounds um,
Hmm.
are
beaming out.
still
You're picking your way um, through the plants, and uh, you you get to the museum, and you can see you can see the damage close up, of course.
excellent. What does it seem to be?
So you know that the archive will be below ground, so you're looking for the lower floors.
Okay.
Um, um, which and that still seems relatively intact. Obviously, things are collapsed in, blown out. They're covered in scorch marks, soot, and so on. Um, there's from the designs that you know of, there's a kind of atrium in the center, which which would let you also um,
Into
get
the
down into the
archives.
exactly, and it's it's that area that's primarily been blown out.
Like somebody tried to blow their way into the archives or something.
Either that, or they set off the explosives that are part of the deterrent, if you like.
Yeah,
Can
Mm,
we, upon examination, tell if it was like,
yeah. Which version?
yeah?
Hmm. Um,
and
yes,
or how long ago?
yes, you can. Yes, you can. Um, Aiden, you realize on your equipment that the the people that you saw are up on the top floor of the old building,
Okay.
uh, and there's some of these
I'll
little
relay
things
that to
up
the
there
others.
too.
What?
And
I will relay that to the rest of y'all.
Oh, okay.
and you also notice that there are a couple of tuataras kind of lounging um, around the, if you like, at the entrance of the
There are
building around.
tuataras all over this thing.
They're so cute.
They must like the heat, and the explosion drew them here.
Oh.
Maybe.
And what what I'm going to say is that there's a particular kind of signal which the security system sends out, which you can pick up as well. In all of you pick up in your smart helmets, um, which is describing, you know, breach breach of security layer one, breach of security layer one, so on
Okay.
and so on and so on.
Okay.
We have the codes to like.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
I think if we can get to where we need to use those, we should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can see what is causing the breach, if it was a
If it's
self-destruct thing or a external explosion.
and or if it's us showing up,
Right.
Sounds good.
which is always a possibility.
So
But
this, so do you want to go down to the archive entrances, the security doors, or
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, that's your first port of call.
yep.
Okay, okay, good.
Yeah, we will ignore the people.
For right
They're
now.
up on the top, so
Yeah.
and our target was the archive, as I recall.
Yeah, which is
So
below.
which is below. So
Yeah.
I mean,
I think archive first, because if there's people trying to like steal things from the archive, we probably want to stop that.
yeah, that too.
Mhm. Okay, so you can kind of clamber in um, safely enough down into the
Excuse me.
lower area.
Yep.
Um, you you do notice as you make your way that there do seem to be some remains of people or or
Ooh.
possessions, items, things, um, which seem to have been caught up in the blast. Of course, you've also got lots of old objects, artworks, which have been um,
Yeah.
destroyed. And you can see up into into some of the other parts of the museum. You can see where the blast has ended and what lies beyond. And
Is there
um,
anything of the remains viable slash um salvageable?
there are maybe you find um, a shoe and it's
No.
still kind of got a
Oh.
foot in it or something a bit like that.
Oh. Well. Okay. Yeah.
Well, that
Nothing that
was.
could really be drawn info
I
from,
think
though.
I think that it was just a defensive blast if there's people caught in it. Or they're bad at planting explosives.
Yeah.
That does seem. Yeah.
Well, Let's.
And
I'm gonna
yeah,
get to the security doors and give it the codes.
Yeah.
so the first layer that got got destroyed was a like a cement wall, and obviously the 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 explosive charges were inside the cement.
Hmm.
So as soon as something was triggered, they would all set off.
Oh yeah.
Um, the next security door is is a hefty steel panel, if you like.
Beautiful.
You know, like a you know like you get in a big lockup
Mhm.
thing in a
Yeah.
safe in
Hmm.
bank or whatever that you see.
Mm-hmm.
Like vault doors or
Um,
something.
yeah, absolutely.
And we don't
And
see any
there's
living people down here.
no living people, no
Okay.
living people down here. No.
Okay.
And this door has four requires four keys, which which you have.
All right.
Okay.
We will, I think, open the door.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Um, as as you're doing this, a a couple of shots um, come down from the upper floor.
Uh-oh. Am I able to
Um,
pinpoint them?
uh, yes. I mean, whilst you're being fired at, you realise it's those people up the top. Uh, um, I'd like you, please, all to roll luck for me.
Okay.
Ooh, I
Snicker,
got a
we want
one.
you got a one, Hugo.
I got
Aiden,
a 5, which
Fight
matches.
me.
you got a five. This is good. This is good.
Yep. Yep. So I pass.
Luck is my weak spot, so let's see
Oh,
what happens here.
it's one of my best things.
Oh, Joss made it with a 2.
Nice.
Amazing. Okay,
Yes.
you know these bullets hit the floor, and you're all able to just move out of the way. But Hugo, uh, keen-eyed Hugo, you just so happen to be looking at the right place at the right time, and you see um, a rather just for a moment you see a rather strangely dressed figure pointing down at you all, and next to them a uh, you know a sniper type of uh, character aiming up or shooting their gun down, and then the two shots happen, and they retreat back out of sight.
Get him. There's a sniper. You gotta get him for us.
Yeah, Sicker immediately after the shots were fired is drawing his own gun and looking around. So if Hugo points, he'll try to take aim.
Hmm. There's no one to see
All right.
They're too fast.
Can
right
I
now.
ping them sonically and uh relay that somehow
Yeah,
to Snicker?
yeah, yeah. Okay, give us an intellect for that.
What like did the outfit look like of the person?
It looked rather, um, I suppose, outlandish, colourful, um, quite unusual.
And I just made it with a 5 on 5.
Super. Okay. Um, so you you relay that those two figures on the top floor are still up there on that floor, and that two other figures are hurriedly descending some stairs and possibly coming in your general direction.
All
Now,
right.
a quick question here. Do we have a break? Do we do a break? Is that the is that the
I
way
think it's
things
up
are
to
done?
you.
Because it's up to me. Um,
Yeah. Or I guess
it's
all of
last
us.
all of, yes, indeed, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because we're about halfway here.
I was
Yeah.
kind of thinking that and I could use like something more to drink cuz I
Yeah.
should we do
finished
that?
it.
So with some people rushing down the stairs towards you as you've just opened the second security door, um, should we say 5 minutes and we'll be back?
Yeah.
Sounds
That should
good.
be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might take me a minute longer, but
Okay.
cuz stairs and stuff, but
It's an untimed 5 minutes, maybe.
roughly 5 minutes, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Good.
somewhere in there. Okay.
Super.
Cool. Awesome.
Hello,
And
everyone.
we're
Welcome.
back.
And we're back.
Rehydrated and such things. Checked in
So
with family and the like.
we'll carry on with Neo-Triassic Shoreline Regression Syndrome. So a few minutes ago, we left you in the Ashmolean Museum, down in the basement, starting to open up the archive, and you just got shot at, and you know that there are two people still in the upper floor with a good pot shot at you all, um, and two more are rushing down the stairs, probably in your direction.
Can you get him now?
Snickers aiming up at where the colorful person and the other sniper was, and
Hmm.
he's just gonna keep an eye out and say, uh, a lot of my job is about patience. Just so it sometimes takes a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll know when you hear me pull the trigger.
All right. I'll try to help
Maybe
Aiden.
head off those people running at us.
Mhm.
Yeah, like
So
I'll
you
let
can't.
Aiden do
Yeah.
the actual like opening, and if they get close, I'll try and smack them.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah,
you
Aiden, let
can't
me
see
know.
them rushing down the stairs. That's further off. They'll be coming through some way when they get down to your level. Snicker, did you want to add something there?
Yeah, Aiden, let me know if they get to our level. Maybe I can try to shoot them or,
Will do.
fire a warning shot at least towards them.
Well,
But I
Aiden
guess should we head
is
into the
sharing.
archive?
Yeah,
Aiden
I'm sharing
is sharing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
telemetry and
Oh.
stuff, so you'll know when I know, you'll know.
Sounds good.
Okay. So the door slides open, um, and then you've got through to the last door, which is the keypad code door.
Maybe we should wait to type that in because they'll have to. If we lose the fight, which is a possibility, they'll have to keep at least one of us alive. and we just won't tell them which one of us knows the key code.
Mhm.
That is a good idea.
Very good.
Unless we
very
want to
good.
go in and hide in there and like close these doors.
That's another thing, because if we get in there before they reach us, we're in there. They don't have the codes.
Mm-hmm.
But then we might be trapped
We
because
have
they
the
could
codes
just
to
wait
get
us
out.
out. I meant
Right,
that
but
they'll be
probably
there
be
blocking
here.
us.
There is that.
Unless there's a secret way to get out that we don't know about.
And or we have the advantage too of we can only open the door enough for somebody to.
Aim through.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, then maybe it is best if we just go in.
I say we get in quick. Get the doors
Okay.
shut quick.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay. So Aidan, are you the one entering the code?
I would imagine being technician, comms, stuff like that. Probably, yeah.
Okay. So this is going to have to be a speed roll.
Oh, yay. Speed is not my strongest suit. Okay. Maybe I should just tell the code to somebody else who's faster than me.
Well, we're both
We have
at least
disadvantage,
lethargic.
That's
so.
true. Can I spend a balance to get advantage, or is that only to undo a disadvantage?
No, you can spend it to get advantage.
Good, I'm gonna do that then.
Okay.
Perfect. And I actually could have got away without doing that because both of them are under.
Okay.
But then again, with my luck, if I hadn't,
No.
or no, one is perfect. One is 2. So, and the other one was
Okay.
3, which is 4.
Super. Okay.
Morning
So
brain strikes again.
so the door starts to slide open, and you'll all be picking up the fact that the two people who've come down the stairs have split off from one another, and they're nearby.
Get in,
One of
shut the
them
door.
is
Spoken softer
somewhere
than that.
exactly down on your level, and the other one is you know up slightly on this kind of mezzanine floor
Mm-hmm.
or something like that,
Split level thing.
snuck in. So they're under really good cover, and you
All
are
right.
all relatively in the open.
Mm-hmm.
So the door is opening, and um,
As soon as it's
you know,
open enough, get in.
as soon as it's open enough, get in. Okay, and you see the next door beyond. There's another security door beyond that one.
Well,
Um,
we got the codes, so
Yeah.
I
All
will
right.
get us
you
in again.
Do we need
you
to roll speed or something to try to get in before they can get a shot at us?
why not? Why not? Yeah, go for it.
All right.
Great. Put
Yes.
I
yourself
live on
at
the
a
edge. I'm
greater
not using
risk.
balance.
Oh!
I got a 3, so I did it.
Yay.
Okay,
Okay.
all
You
good.
didn't.
I fail.
You failed.
Yep.
Okay.
Got a 5.
I guess because you've got you're keeping your eye on the upper floor, aren't you?
Yeah, it's hard to hold a sniper rifle and use a cane. So it's a little
And move
challenge there.
quickly.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, right.
Okay. So a yeah, another shot is fired from down on your level, and I'd like you, please, Snicker, to um yeah, to roll resistance for me, please.
Oh, all right. I'm bad at this one, I think. Let me make sure.
Yeah, you have a 1 in it.
I have a 1.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
You
I
always
was
spend
hoping to get
balance.
luck.
You can spend balance.
All right, I'll spend balance. Why not?
Yeah, yeah.
That's Quinn's laughing because I got a 2 and a 4, so didn't quite make it.
Okay. But you didn't roll a 6, which is good.
I did not. No.
So
And I
I
do lose
think
1 balance.
you lose 1 balance, and this. We didn't ask about armor. We didn't talk about armor. Are you all wearing a little bit of armor, do you think, for this? Uh,
I
Basic,
think so.
probably. I mean, not like I'm not heavy armored, but because
hmm,
I'm not that tough, and
yeah.
you know, um, I don't
Yeah,
have the I don't have the body type for heavy armor, but I got like the basic, just enough,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like more lightly armored so that it's easier to maneuver around because we weren't
hmm
trying to be in a fight. We were just trying to kind of
Right.
hmm
investigate.
So
Yeah, I think Snicker
those.
probably is also light armor.
Yeah. Yeah. So Snicker, would you rather the shot hits some part of a leg or say your shoulder?
Oh gosh, I already got a leg problem. I'll take it
I mean,
in the leg. He's used to
another
it.
one. Okay.
Used to leg
So
pain.
so it so this bullet just catches the edge of your armor. So and on your leg, and so gives you a wound on your leg for 1 hit point. Uh, but
All
it
right.
but it but it didn't, it just kind of glanced a little bit, so it's not as bad as it could have been. And obviously this helps to kind of slow you down as you're trying to get into uh the chamber.
Right.
um but then something slightly odd occurs, and a a metal beam comes flying down from the mezzanine, and strange. What's strange about it is how kind of slowly it moves through the air. So this beam moves through the air, and it slides. It's sliding across the floor towards the open door.
Like they're
The
trying
door
to
that
stop it from closing.
Yeah.
I was gonna
exactly
say
e- exactly. Um,
that beam's gotta be stopped.
so you
Um,
have you have maybe one chance at stopping the beam. You can't close the door in time, but you could try and stop the beam somehow.
is there could we redirect it so that instead of like coming perpendicular like through the door, it starts like going parallel so that it can't like stop it. It just kind of like glances off.
You might be able to. How
I
All
would
right.
you?
think
Um,
That or shoot the other
yeah, I
enemy.
think Snicker was gonna try to shoot it. Just take aim and
Yeah.
shoot the beam so it changes momentum.
Try and
Okay.
she can try and redirect it with her wrench. Like
Okay.
use it as like an
Are you
anchor.
throwing the wrench or hitting it with the wrench?
Like holding the wrench out as a thing for it to like kind of bounce off of and maybe direct. Like she's gonna try to hunker down and stop this thing. It's probably gonna go poorly, but this is the action
Oh
she's
wow.
taking.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so you're gonna rush back out of the you've seen that Snicker is struggling, you've seen the beam coming, and you're rushing back out of the chamber, and you're gonna kind of stick your wrench into the ground and hope that it glances off.
Yeah, that's what she's doing.
Right. That's amazing. That's amazing. Um,
I was thinking
okay.
too of aiming a sonic pulse up there to, like, kind of towards at the other end of it, as it were,
Oh,
to kind
okay.
of discombobulate whoever might be trying to use it, because it's
Ah, okay.
probably
So,
not doing it of its own
okay.
accord.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
You
yeah,
could you could throw one of the little pulse charges, like like a pulse grenade thing that
Up
would.
towards the mezzanine.
yeah.
Yeah. You wanna do that?
Hmm.
Well, okay. Let's do that. Let's do that one first and see how that
Ranged.
goes. Um. Yeah. All right. Ranged combat. Yeah. Go for it.
Unless you had something else in mind.
Um. No, no, no. That's ranged, and you've got disadvantage on ranged, have you?
Oh, do I?
Possibly.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
aren't military, so you have disadvantage on both, I thought.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
Maybe not. Let me check.
You might be right. Which is no biggie because for me,
But I tell
ranged
you,
is.
yeah. But I tell you what, though. Let's say you've
You
got
have
range with
disadvantage
disadvantage.
on
Yeah.
your attacks, combats.
But of course, you've got your
I've also got a wicked range, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Go for it. Go for it.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
I got it. I
Nice.
got
Okay.
it. 5 on 5.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Okay. So that has worked. Let's go to Hugo.
All right,
At
I
this
think
moment, then.
force.
Yeah. Yeah.
Makes
So
sense.
First,
roll
should
that.
should we go first for? Do we need speed then force?
Oh, we can do speed then force.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
let's do it. All right,
that'll
she's
be
trying to be
speed to
quick.
disadvantage, of course, right?
Yeah. Ha, nice. I got a 6.
So fast.
Okay. Okay. So I.
She's gonna end up falling in front of the thing and then like getting
Probably.
impaled by the damn thing.
Yeah. I reckon you slip over on
No.
Snicker's blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Um.
right.
Thud.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well. Cool.
sorry,
Okay.
that's mine.
So. So yeah. So Hugo, you've it was all looking good for a split second, and then you've just slipped up on Snicker's blood, and this beam is coming towards you. Um.
Can I try to shoot the this end of the beam to like knock it, so it doesn't hit Hugo?
Change its trajectory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't shoot
Um.
Hugo.
I'm
Yeah.
an
Yep.
expert sniper. I will not shoot Hugo.
Okay.
Probably.
Yeah, if you roll a 6, let's say if you roll a 6, then there's a ricochet. Um,
That sounds right.
yeah.
Okay.
Um, um, go for it. So
All right.
ranged combat. I'm going to say that I want disadvantage on this because
Okay.
this is tough stuff, isn't it?
All right. Got a straight roll then.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, we got a 3, so I succeed.
Okay. Okay.
Nice.
So you you uh you knock it out the way. Are you knocking it to the left, to the right, or up,
Um,
or
which way is the door sliding closed? I would if the door is going right to
oh,
left, then I would try to shoot it to the right. You know.
okay. From inside, the door is going left to right.
Okay, so I'll try to shoot it to the left.
Okay, good. Okay, yeah, that works. And um, of course, we have the consequence of Aiden's sound sonic attack. Um, yeah, so all of this stuff is happening at the same moment,
Yeah.
basically, and the let's say the bullet just knocks it off course. Um, and then it starts to rotate and it clatters off to one side, um, and
Uh-huh.
you've averted that. Um, another shot comes uh, from the same level, and I do believe we should have a shot coming from the top floor down again. So I think
There's a speed check.
um,
Or luck. It's
I
either gonna be
I
speed
think
or luck.
I think resistance. I think these are going to be too hard to move to
Okay.
dodge in that sense. Um,
I succeed, unless it was disadvantage.
uh, no, no, you succeed. Okay, so again, the bullet just hits the floor just in front of you. Um,
You need a resistance
and
from everyone, or just you go?
no, I think because I think Aidan, you're still in the chamber, aren't you? You've gone in to the chamber. You're out of harm's way here. So this will be Snicker, please. Resistance.
Okay.
Ah, Snickers resisting. Okay, cool.
I know this is tough.
Ooh, I got a 2, but my number is 1. So I'm
Could
gonna
be.
take another shot
It could. Yeah.
as I
It could
keep
be.
backing towards the door.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want this to be the same leg again or the other leg?
Let's go other leg.
The other leg.
Yeah.
Okay. This one is probably. I think might be your. Let's say it's your foot
Okay.
or your ankle or something.
Okay.
Something like that. So, and that'll be that's one hit point again as
All
well.
right.
I'm gonna clamber up. I'm gonna say that like while like she was able to get up and out of the way
Yeah.
as it was moving, and she's gonna try to grab Snicker and like pull him through the door.
Okay.
Like I think we gotta go.
I'm trying.
Okay. So you no
Get in here.
you're getting in there. Okay.
Yeah, I think
That'll
it's a
be
lost cause trying to be
no.
out there and shoot at them.
Yeah.
It isn't working.
Okay. Force. So a force, please, Hugo.
I failed.
Oh.
Okay.
This is going so
So it
well.
yeah. It's just there's just
Too much blood. Slipping and sliding.
takes it just takes a little bit longer. Um,
Can I try to get a shot off as we're being pulled? Try to shoot back at either the roof person or the same level.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, I'm
Who
gonna
who
shoot
would
at
you
the
like to
roof.
the roof person?
Yeah.
Go for it. Um, go for it.
Oh, the
All
top
right.
floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right. That was a success with a 2.
Superb. Superb. Okay, yeah, you see the shooter um get hit through um your
Scope.
um scope
Oh,
exactly.
yeah.
You know, you see a splatter of blood on the shoulder, and you're pretty sure that's going to make shooting pretty hard. But you, they don't seem to be down.
All right. And then I'll
Uh,
keep moving towards the door. Try to get out of here.
Excellent, excellent. Hugo, um, could you roll influence, please?
Sure. I got a failure.
Okay. You you have this you have this really strong sense in your head that someone is telling you not to go in to the chamber.
Okay. I think she'll stop and she'll like be kind of like pause and be confused and be like, but why wouldn't I go? Wait, where is this coming from? And ask the others like, do you have a sense that maybe we shouldn't go in there? I just have a bad feeling.
Absolutely not.
You
We're
sure?
getting shot at out there.
I don't know. I just feel like whatever's in there might be worse.
Really?
I'm willing to risk it.
And Hugo, you have um it's really this feeling of somebody talking to you in your mind, which
Is
is
she
never
beyond lethargic at this point?
No. Um,
Mm.
wait.
no.
It's okay. Is anyone else have somebody talking in their head that isn't like a
No,
comms kind of thing? Like it just feels like it's like directly in your brain?
No.
Huh.
let me. I'm gonna. All right. I'm gonna kind of tune out comms for just a second.
Okay.
Um, I'm gonna tune out comms for a minute and focus on kind of go into meditation space.
Okay.
Um, and see if that works. If I can kind of pick up on it.
Okay. Okay. Um, roll influence with disadvantage, please.
Okay. Um, if my computer will cooperate. There we go. With disadvantage, you said.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know what? I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll just with disadvantage. Okay. All right. Oops, I did that wrong. Gotta love morning brain. Actually, I'm not even gonna bother because that is higher than my luck already. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, even if that was the highest, it was a 4, or my influence. My influence is a 3. And
But you might get a crit failure.
what the hell? Yeah, okay. Let's just see how bad it actually is.
Thank you, Quinn.
Well, LOL. I did actually get this exact same roll, so it really doesn't matter.
Okay, good.
In the
Okay,
end,
good.
yeah.
Okay, so you try, but this doesn't really seem to do anything.
Yeah, and my apologies if I was a little faint there for a minute. I realized my mic was above my head.
Oh.
mhm.
So,
That's okay. One of our cats is screaming in the background, so.
Hugo, as
She
you're
wants to be on the
standing,
stream.
Mm-hmm.
Hugo, you're standing there, and this a figure comes to comes forward from the mezzanine and makes their way down I don't know, the remains of some steps.
Is it the person in the weird dress?
This is a person in a weird costume or unusual costume,
Mm-hmm.
and they seem they're wearing some kind of ritual outfit.
This is exactly what Quinn thought it was, and it's probably exactly who Quinn thinks it is. um, I
this isn't the Hugo that's been to the Horniman, though.
that's why I'm not saying anything.
Yeah.
Or the Hugo that's been to the Horniman, I mean.
Yeah, I I don't think Hugo would call out to them. Um,
Has
You're
Snicker made his
definitely.
way into the chamber?
I would say that you've just entered the chamber. Let's say we've got Aiden at the far end of the chamber now, ready to type in the well. Correct me if I'm wrong. Ready to type in the next code, uh, or shut the door. Um, and Snicker, it would be just inside the door, if that.
All right.
and then I'm like, I stopped going in the door, I think.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
outside
Yeah.
because you tried
and
to stop the.
you're kind of wandering, slowly wandering away from it. You're definitely more interested in the person who's coming towards you than in going into the chamber.
Um, I think Hugo's like frozen and doesn't know what to do.
Hmm.
So I think she's just gonna stand there and be unsure of what to do until someone tells her to do something, I think is what's gonna happen.
Hmm.
I think
Hmm.
Snicker will take aim at the person approaching Hugo and shout at, "Don't come any closer."
You see a very a moment of recognition that of you there, but the attention seems to be on Hugo and generally on something else. And what then happens is that the figure makes a certain motion, um, an unusual kind of motion, and then it's it's almost as if a sheet of ice comes between you two in the chamber and this figure and Hugo.
Like it came from nothing.
it kind of spread out from the arm, the body of this figure as they made this gesture.
Okay. But like it's like they made
And
something
it's
appear out of
between
nowhere.
Yeah,
them and us.
yeah,
Okay.
But I think Hugo's on the other side
Did
yes.
with them.
did you see where that came from?
It looked like it came from her. Snickers and
But I meant
it's
like it didn't come from anywhere.
That person
is
on
it
the mezzanine somehow triggered it. I don't know exactly how. I
Yeah, but it
mean,
just like it appeared out of thin air.
and we
And
all
Hugo's
I think,
witnessed that, so it's not
yeah, yeah,
hallucinations.
and I
Um,
think probably
Snickers
when
gonna
you
try to
try
poke
and
it.
okay, when you try and communicate with each other, they it through your headsets. Um, there's there's probably this effect of fading out that contact between you all.
Can't
It's
we also
like
just hear each other though cuz we're right there?
um, well, this sheet between you is is
Is
it's
blocking off
probably kind of
like
creating
yeah,
that
okay.
kind of effect.
Okay.
yeah. Um,
It's
you
blocking the air in the room from each other so that the sound can't travel outside of the comms. Is that what you're saying?
exactly. It's yes,
Okay.
something like that. Absolutely. Okay, Snicker. So you're going to test it with your cane.
Yeah, I try to poke it.
Okay. It okay. You can put your cane into it.
Hmm.
Okay.
With sonar, does it actually ping like an object?
Um, it pings like a very thin void.
It's not ice. That's void space of a
What?
So
sort.
What
Yeah,
does
it's
that
like a
mean?
void space.
so I think I'll tell you this detail um because it'd be unfair not to. Maybe you can see through Snicker, but your cane doesn't appear on the other side when you put it through.
Okay.
Okay.
He'll try to pull the cane back and see if it's still intact.
Um, it's not.
Oh no.
What?
It's like missing part
Yeah,
of it? Okay.
yeah.
Okay, don't touch this weird wall.
Okay, I think when Hugo sees that happen, she's gonna try to back away because she doesn't want to touch that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hugo, as you back away, are you? Yeah, you're backing away on a lot on this floor that we're this low floor that
Yeah.
we're in, right? Um, you, you're kind of backing away in the direction of this other shooter, um, who may well still be there. But what happens is that another figure dressed in this ritual outfit steps out,
Mhm.
and so there are two of them.
Are they like trying to surround me or
You are in between them.
okay.
Hey, Snicker, I think we need to deal with these guys.
Yeah, but I don't know how to get to them because the weird wall
Oh, is in
blocking
the
us off.
way. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we
I
saw
could.
that the part of your cane that went through obviously went through.
No, it didn't. It didn't show up on the other side, and now it's shorter.
That's what I'm saying. Well, that's what I'm saying. The part that thing is eating whatever goes through it, but I don't know how far.
Can you
If
shoot like
there-
over or under the like? How far does the wall go down or up? How much space is this wall taking up in the room?
That's a very good question.
So as we've talked about, you're in this central area that's all kind of open up to the upper floors. The wall does seem to taper off several meters above you. It does seem to lose, there's no shimmer like there is at ground level between you. So maybe it seems to have petered out at, say, 5 meters or something like that.
Can you shoot up and make it like ricochet down? Can you do that? I don't know.
I don't think that's a thing that I can do. I could throw one of these pulse grenades over it.
Okay, that might work. Yeah, I didn't think to bring any.
All right,
It might have been helpful if I
I'll
had.
try throwing a pulse grenade over the wall at the figure that's further away from Hugo, because I don't want to hit Hugo.
Okay, so the new
Yeah,
appearing,
yeah,
the more recently appearing person.
yeah.
Okay. So this I'm going to say this. mm,
Disadvantage because I'm throwing it over
Yeah,
this
yeah,
wall.
yeah. And
All right.
well, we treated it as ranged combat before,
Okay.
didn't we? So let's treat it as that again. So yeah, ranged with disadvantage, please.
Oh, we got a 1 critical success.
Holy moly. Okay. Um, please, can you roll uh the dice again?
Yeah. Got a 2.
The two. Okay. Um,
Is that for damage?
that is for damage. So yes, with a critical success on an attack, you then roll the dice for damage. So it could be quite big.
Yeah.
It could be quite big damage. You can see through the shimmer that this figure that's just stepped forward gets hit by the pulse grenade, and is knocked over. And for a moment you see the other one just um wobble for a moment. This, of course, being the one who received the pulse grenade before,
Hmm.
which Aiden threw. And just for that moment, you see the force field kind of ripple, or you know, um, lose its density for a moment.
Can Hugo try and run at the one who's like concentrating on it, maybe, and like try to knock them over?
Yeah. Okay. So the first one that presented themselves to you. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. Um, this is going to be speed with disadvantage, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But you can always spend balance.
Yeah.
I'll spend a balance.
Yeah.
I got a 2 and I passed.
Nice.
So you're just kind of barreling into them.
Yeah.
Is Yeah. Okay. Um. Okay. Yeah. So you run into them. knock them down, and you both land on the floor. Obviously, uh, you're in the advantageous position, so that the this person lands first on the floor and bangs their head a little bit, and sure enough, the force field does dip
All right.
completely. It's
I'll then say, quick, Snicker, now get it, get him.
All right. Who do you
okay.
want me to shoot?
Um,
He'll aim at the one that came off the mezzanine. So
the one the
the
I was
one
one
gonna
that
say
that's
go for
Hugo's
under.
the
not
one
on
with the
top of,
freaking.
or the one with the gun.
I was gonna say go for the one with the freaking that's doing the force field
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah,
Would be my
that's
thought.
the
But
one that's come off the mezzanine. That's the
yeah,
one
Okay.
okay,
which is currently like underneath Hugo.
Okay.
okay, cool. Yeah,
All right. I'll
So
take
this,
aim, but I
yeah,
won't shoot unless Hugo moves a little bit more, because I don't.
okay.
I'll say, all right, get out of the way.
okay. Hugo will climb off and start trying to go to the, because now I think she thinks that, okay, they were telling me it was them, but I do want to go in the
Mhm.
room. So I want to go join my party.
Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna go over. You're gonna cross the threshold where the force field was.
Yes.
Right. You're just running in that direction. Okay. Good. Um. Snicker. Let's have your shot, please.
All right. That is another one.
Can you roll d6 again, please?
Okay. That was another two.
It's another
So,
two.
yep.
Okay. Um. Okay. So yeah, you shoot this person into their costume where you assume the body is,
Mhm.
somewhere in the chest, and you you see them move, um, as if they have been shot, and and they start kind of writhing a bit on the floor in pain.
All right.
So currently you've got these two people wearing kind of matching costumes down on the floor.
Um, is if Hugo gets in, I might yell to Aiden, like, shut the door.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You can shut the door. You shut the door. So you are now, the three of you, closed in the chamber.
Okay.
What would what would you what would you like to do now?
Okay, I think we do need to get through the next door.
Yeah. I think Taryn might be muted if they're trying to talk. Unless they are not
Taryn?
trying to talk.
there we
Taryn,
go.
are you?
Okay.
There you
All right.
go. There you go.
I am not
All right.
muted. Okay. Um.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's. I agree. I think the focus is getting in. We need to, you know, get everybody behind the doors and
Yeah.
lock them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then we
So
can
so
regroup.
do you want to so you're in the chamber now. Do you want to open the last door and get into the archive? Is that the
Is everybody in this
Yeah.
chamber?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. As soon as first priority, of course, is going to be locking that other door that we
Hmm.
came
Hmm.
through. again, so that
Yep.
nobody. Yeah, and once that's done, yeah, let's open this other door and get on in.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. You
Sounds good.
yeah, you've secured the outer door and you've opened up the inner door. So you're the three of you are now standing in the archive.
Awesome.
What's
Mm.
in there?
That
Well,
is a good
Games and
question.
stuff.
The first thing you notice is that nobody's been in here before.
Okay.
You're the
is it
So the people
dusty
that we were
or
looking for never made it yet.
indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. Is it dusty? Yeah, it's a little bit dusty. It's a little bit dusty. But it's very orderly. You're,
Mhm,
I suppose you're in if you like, the reception area of the archive. So there are um, some desks and maps on the wall and um, some kind of simple lighting system starts to activate from
mhm.
sensors.
I think
Um,
Snicker is going to start trying to bandage his wounds.
mm, mm. Would you like any help with that?
Yeah, do you guys know anything about medicine? I feel like we probably should have briefed on each other's skills before we left, but they
I
did
mean,
not
I have
I
an
think
do that.
aid of or so. I
Okay.
mean, I don't know if that's the one that gets used, but
Yep. Yeah, yeah. Aid. Yeah, it would be aid.
it seems so. Yeah, I'm apparently trained in. I have enough, training to aid
Yeah, my
someone.
aid is also 4, so I think between the two of us, we're probably pretty good.
what
Um.
kinds of things would they have, like, the other team supposed to be
Ooh.
looking for?
Oh, good
What
question.
what would the other
Um.
team be looking for? Yeah, that is a good question. Taryn, what did you roll for aid or
I
was it?
did. I crit succeeded, so I like
Oh,
totally
nice.
just. I'm like, okay, I've seen this before. I'm like,
Yeah.
um, I saw this in first aid training. This is easy. Um,
Yeah.
and I've got you patched up good. And
That's that's very good. And I'll say you can restore 2 hits for
Okay.
that. So what would the other team be looking for? So you're I suppose you're the primary person you're looking for in terms of the museums is is a woman named Cleo Arden, who is a cultural anthropologist. And you know that she's been working, her main area of um, research is um, basically um, ways in which, if you like, prophecies of ways in which apocalyptic prophecies um, are passed on.
interesting, fascinating. Um,
Um,
indeed.
Often in non-verbal ways. So she's sorry, not in non-written ways.
Right,
is
imagery and the like.
Yeah.
so was that what they were trying to, like, was that what they were sent out to try and find? Or is
Um,
that just what she was interested in?
that would be what she was interested in. The other two scientists, you have Braylum and you have Marlowe, who are both concerned with paleontology and um, marine biology.
Yeah, that's Marlowe's.
Hmm. So,
Uh,
so so they were going on their recon mission to better understand the state of the Thames Gulf, to
okay.
better understand the the remains um of humanity that had been
Left behind.
yeah.
Yeah.
I guess she'll try and look around and see if there's anything that, you know, they would have wanted to find based on what she knows.
Okay. So let's say you can
Hmm.
search on some kind of tablet or display or something.
Okay.
Um, which is only in the archive. It's totally that's the only place that you could search for it. It's not like
Hmm.
you could just go on the internet um do that
Yeah.
anymore. Um what search terms would you put in then?
Um, spiritual artifact.
Spiritual artifacts. Yeah, comes up with you come up with thousands and thousands of different hits.
It's like,
Um
it's too many, too many. And she like hits X and like backs up, and she's like, I don't know, I can't. I forget. Too
mhm,
many
mhm.
options. I don't know what they wanted.
Well, we know what. Let's go with what Marlowe, or not Marlowe.
Braylem or
Arden.
Arden, sorry, yeah.
I am going to look for. Um. I'm gonna look for artifact plus apocalyptic. Yeah. Ah. Artifact plus apocalyptic.
Mhm.
Prophecy.
Apocalypse or yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, this is far more manageable. Um and you can go and locate a number of objects. There seems to be there does indeed seem to be some kind of mm, section dedicated to this, maybe a couple of boxes or a shelf or something like that.
I think Snicker is going to keep an eye on the door
Good
and make
idea.
sure that we don't get followed in, or because if they made a weird force field wall, I don't know what else they can do. So
Yeah.
he's
Mhm,
keeping an eye on the door, and
So
you guys can
mhm.
go try to find that box or shelf.
yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go and basically try to track down what I'm finding, because that might
Mhm.
lead to. I'm thinking too, perhaps if there's like another entrance maybe to this place that, this part hasn't been um like
Interacted with.
Mhm.
interacted with, but maybe if there's another way that they came through somehow.
Mm, mm. Like the ultra super secret entrance that nobody would know about unless they were here on official government business.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where? What should I do? Should I come with you?
Help, yeah, help Taryn. Or I mean, Aiden.
Okay. All right. I'll go with Aiden.
Taryn's a nickname I thought of for Aiden, but I don't know why.
I don't know if it'll catch on.
Breaking the fourth wall,
Yep.
or something. Yeah.
always look like a Taran to you somehow.
Yeah.
Um, okay. So, Snicker, you're guarding the door. Okay. So you can, without too much trouble, you find this section with some, museum um, codes on it. It's not the Dewey system, is it, for museums or archives? There's probably some
I'm
other.
not sure what they have for
They have some sort of categorization.
categorization,
Catalog.
Yeah.
cataloging
So
system.
you find this section which has got which includes this apocalyptic um, theme,
Okay.
and there are a number of archival boxes. Um,
Cool.
so yeah, so some are there are some sizable object boxes. There are some that are more collections of smaller boxes that have been grouped together. And there's also a couple of boxes of um, paperwork and books and things like that.
Does this stuff look like it's been disturbed at all or no?
No, it doesn't look like it's been disturbed.
Okay.
No.
Interesting. So that says to me
They were never here at all.
they never made it in here. Because if they made it in here, I would think this is where um uh Arden would be
Arden,
hanging
yeah,
out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Hello, cat.
He ran away.
Yes, he did.
Is
He
that
said,
There's a
"No."
cat
Tiberius
in
that keeps
here.
popping in?
Yep, it was
There's
Tiberius.
a cat in this archive.
Always Tiberius.
Yes, the one that mostly blind gamer Phil noticed earlier,
Yes.
I think.
Yeah. Yep.
So
He's.
would do you want to look through the stuff, or do you want to leave it undisturbed? Entirely up
Um,
to you.
Part of me wants to see at least what is there.
Hmm.
Um, Definitely some of the larger object boxes are probably
Hmm.
easier to, examine.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna at least check out those a little bit and see what's actually in them.
So one of you see some statues of um, avatars of destruction. I'm thinking of those, those particularly powerful Hindu um, scenes, if you like. Um,
Oh yeah,
of
like Kali and
course, we have Kali. Yes, exactly. But we've got multiple arms, heads, eyes, those
Mhm.
kinds of those kinds of
yeah.
things. So there's some statues of things like that.
Okay. Um. Yeah, we'll take a look at the smaller boxes as well. See what the collection's kind of. Maybe not everything in every box, but get a sense of
Okay.
what you
Um,
know.
well, Aidan, give us a luck roll.
Oh boy, luck, huh? I'm not the luckiest person in the universe. I can resist like crazy, but
You could
yeah,
you can always spend a bit of balance if you want to be extra lucky.
I am gonna actually do that. And oh, I could have got away without spending the balance. I totally succeeded
Mhm.
on that.
Oh,
Really?
nice.
Okay.
Amazing. Okay. Um, okay, amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay, the smaller items are they're all absolutely exquisite little things. Um, they're really miniature sculpted um brooches, amulets, figurines,
Hmm.
um, you know, all sorts of things. There are fabric, woven fabric things with
Right.
little images on or abstract symbols. Um,
Anything
and
stand out per se?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, if you like, this whole box is quite stunning. Um,
Okay.
but there's the most incongruous thing, that you find is a box containing um, six little chunks of amber, which um, just they don't really seem to do anything.
Reminding
You
myself
know,
I've never seen these.
I know, right? um, do you think because like it's here and it has to do with paleontology that this is what they were looking for?
This would be definitely an intersection to me in my mind, um, between the biological sciences and Arden's interests, especially
Mhm.
given it was in this kind of this section that came up when I was looking for Arden. Um,
Are we supposed to take things? Like, were we supposed to try and collect things?
You have authority to uh, to to do that kind of thing if it's
these would be
justified.
worth
you know,
studying, I think, to scientists. There's um there might be something in that.
Does it look like they spared no expense?
Does the amber? You said they just look like chunks of amber.
Kind of, yeah. They've got some carving done into them, some kind of lines, but they don't. I mean, apart from the record number, there's no information. Of,
So
that
the paper, none of the paperwork boxes seem to have anything about it.
well, you want to look in the paperwork boxes? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, okay, okay, yeah. You can look in the paperwork boxes. Um,
in keeping with Aiden's natural inclinations,
yeah.
amber in metaphysical circles, one of Aiden's side interests, is often used with, for meditation, for, um, like I said, energy types of work and metaphysical
Mhm,
stuff. So,
mhm, mhm.
I was rolling for something, wasn't I? Or was I?
No, no, no. I mean, the two of you, you can look in the
So
in
yeah,
the box
examining.
of,
I,
of
I think I
papers.
was figuring I was gonna end up,
Yeah.
but yeah, looking in the paperwork to see what might connect.
Mhm, mhm.
Sounds
Um,
good.
I'm
but
also
the-
thinking it might give some insight into what's going on up there.
Mhm.
mhm.
It does seem to be
Um,
some sort of otherworldly thing, which is just strange.
Yeah.
and there you are, popping the lid off some kind of airtight archival box, having this conversation about
Yep.
strange dimensions. Um, there's all kinds of stuff in the this uh this box, and in particular, um, you there's a collection of papers, older papers. There's there's a few published books, old published books,
Hmm.
and there is also um, there's a folder with information about the the items in this section.
Okay. Um.
Can we grab any information specifically related to the amber?
If
In the
there is any.
Yeah.
Sure, sure. So I mean, you've got this, you've got this it's almost like a booklet or something, a booklet with information about the items. So either you take the booklet or you'd be ripping pages out. I don't know what you would rather
Let's just
do.
take the booklet. I mean, we might
Yeah.
as well.
Sure. I mean,
Um,
not many
mm,
people can get into it anyways, right?
Unless we have a like photo like
So can we
digitized
take
info.
pictures with our helmets?
you could do. I mean, but it's going to take a while, isn't it, to take
Yeah,
all
we'll
the
just
pictures?
bring the
Just
booklet.
grab the
Yeah.
booklet. Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Good idea.
I'll write a note
We
on the
took
thing.
the
We
booklet.
took the booklet.
um, the papers, the collection of papers, the folder of papers has the name uh, O. Stravinsky on the cover, um, and you realise that the books which are included in there are also by this Stravinsky.
Interesting.
So all of this is like their research?
This Stravinsky person. Yeah. Um. Might be worth putting them into that search thing. Um.
Oh, let's ask call back we'll come back to
Snicker.
Snicker and
Yeah.
ask them to type in that name into the search thing.
Oh, yeah, that's a cool idea. Yeah, you good at
Uh,
typing, Snicker?
yeah, I can manage it. So he'll kind of move himself from his spot that he was sitting to watch the door and go to the tablet and type in L. Stravinsky.
Okay. Um, you you find references to basically the same section that they're looking in. All of the things correspond with that section, but there's also a short biography which describes Stravinsky, whose uh, whose first name is Odendara. Odendara Stravinsky was um, was was the last director of the Ashmolean, um,
Interesting.
bef-
Okay.
before the 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 mass change in
Mm.
the old times.
Okay. I will tell them that info. It
Yeah.
looks like, and he had a dog named Cookie. I don't know what else in there. It seems unrelated,
Excellent.
but
Yeah.
it seems unrelated to this biography, but that's in there. So you guys can have that now.
Maybe the profile photograph that they include of him is him with this
Oh yeah,
with
yeah,
the
with the
dog.
That's
dog.
it. Yeah, with the dog.
Brilliant.
Actually,
Now we've got exactly 9 minutes left of our slot.
Yeah.
So as much as I would love to just keep spinning this along, I think we need to briskly sketch out what our plan is to finish up.
so there's no sign that anybody's been down in the archive. So it looks
Okay.
like whatever happened to our people
It was not here.
was not here.
Mhm.
Hmm.
I'm gonna
I
ask Aiden, can they get a communication back to like the base or to our ship so that we can at least tell, or there's a record that like we made it, we found the archive, and we are collecting the things to bring back.
yeah, and we have some artifacts that we are bringing back. I
Yeah.
will definitely send that back.
Okay.
So it could be tricky because you're underground and it's quite
Sure.
secure.
Or at least
It
send it
might.
back as soon as we get up, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
uh,
Um.
because
You
we are
had
moving
this.
out of here. So,
You had this idea of maybe another entrance.
Yeah. We're gonna look for
Um.
another door.
oh, that's right. Yeah. So,
Mhm.
thanks for reminding me of that. Um, I
So I
definitely
think
want
that
to check
sounds.
that.
Yeah. That seems like a reasonable idea. That there would be
See if there's
there would
another way
definitely.
that we can maybe get out of here.
Hmm. So
For
Yeah.
one
Since
thing,
we imagine
let's
those
say
people are waiting.
that you manage to do that. So you're now, if you like, you're out of the building. Um, your assailants are wherever they are, and I guess you'd go back to the helicopter, and
Yeah.
is
Let's
that
Yeah.
try to
yep.
sneak back.
yeah, yeah. So of course we could imagine all kind of risk and danger taking place, whether it's the assailants catching up with you, some
Mm-hmm.
more force field stuff, or it could just be rabid dogs, um,
Mm-hmm.
all kinds of drama. Um, but yes, you'd make it back to the helicopter, and good old Hugo would chopper you back to the Beringia, where you could
Excellent.
Awesome.
report back. Any last closing thoughts about the question marks that might have been thrown up, or any wild conspiracy theories or anything like that?
Well, I'm not in the main game, so I don't know what this amber does, and I didn't recognize these people. But I don't know if
Yeah,
you want to touch on and you don't want to
sure.
spoil anything for Quinn and Taryn, but if you can
Yeah.
tell
Oh,
us and the
I'm pretty sure
listeners a
we
little
know
bit.
what's up with both of those things.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you want to tell the viewers,
Yeah.
because I
Sure.
think
Well, we
could
don't
be
want to tell
fun.
them too much because we'd like to when we actually like.
Oh, that's a good point. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
Tease.
let Barney,
Keep
you'll
teasing.
do a great job. Yeah, give us a
Thank you. Yeah.
tease.
A little bit of a tease. Well, I mean, Alex, just to say again, it's been wonderful to have you. And you know, Snicker needs to be immortalized somewhere, somehow, and I look forward to when we can play again sometime.
Yeah.
Um,
Also, a
um,
fun fact for the viewers about Snickers: I took a trinket because Barney's system says, "Oh, just like get a random item or something." I
yeah.
actually have a Snicker has a dog whistle around his neck, but he doesn't
Ooh.
know what it does. He just
Oh
thinks it's
wow.
a weird thing because if you blow it as a human, you cannot hear it. So he just, but he had a dog
Ask
whistle,
Aiden
and
about
then
that after we
I
get back to the
actually was
ship.
thinking that when we encountered dogs, I was like, "That's
yeah,
funny that
yeah,
you're like, I have a dog whistle, but he doesn't know what it
yeah, he
is."
doesn't know what it
Brilliant.
does. So
Brilliant.
It's a dud. Doesn't work.
Maybe you thought it's like a train whistle or something.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, these strange characters, the characters with the magical powers, if we can call them that you encountered. Well, you've you've not exactly encountered two of them with the same costumes, have you, in the main game?
I don't think so.
Mm,
So there's something else going on. There's a connection, isn't there, between what we've been playing through in the main game. But
yeah.
there's something else going on there,
Mm,
which obviously could be explored much more. Of course, Terry the Tuatara, and the Tuataras kind of slipped out of view a little bit for us, didn't we, in all of that excitement? Um,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you're right.
Yeah, I figured we left Terry on the ship.
Terry
Kept keep him
Terry
safe.
Terry could almost have just been sitting in the helicopter,
Yeah.
drinking a slush puppy or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah, he
that.
was on stakeout duty.
Yep. He was on keep the helicopter safe, dude.
We left our helicopter in the pause, I guess you would say, of a reptile.
Yep.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So, so I would just like to say thanks to you three. Thanks, of course, to everyone who watches this, either is watching this or will watch it in the future.
Video on
And
demand,
thanks,
yeah.
absolutely, and of course, everyone who's working really hard um, for everyone games, which is
Indeed.
wonderful. It's wonderful to be here. This is my second year doing this. It's just a
I think
wonderful
it
thing
is
to
the
be.
second ever that anyone's done it. So at least
Yeah.
it's the
So
second one that I've known of.
so
Yes, it is the
thanks
second one.
thanks to everybody for that. And I guess without necessarily wanting to speak to speak on behalf of everyone, of course, let's all just be keeping thinking about making games more and more and more accessible. And
Mhm.
Definitely for
that's
all people and all accessibility needs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
indeedy. Take
And if you're
care. Bye
able,
bye.
donate to the Tiltify.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And even
Absolutely.
if you're watching this like 6 months from now, you can still donate. They'll still take your money.
So that's everyone can and stack up. Those are
Yep.
the two
Yes. Yep.
charities.
All right.
Bye
Thanks,
bye.
Barney.
See you.
Yes, thank you. Bye.
Y'all have a good one. Enjoy the rest of the sessions.